Welcome back to more Valorant Americas. It is going to be coming up onto Haven right now for the map. It is still NRG versus Leviathan. It is a party in here today. It is a party, I'll tell you that. We're going to see what these teams have for each other. Just a few seconds here in Agent Select.
Yeah, it was definitely a party on the first map as well between these two teams. Lots of showstoppers being thrown, but that said, going into the head-to-head between these two teams, it's kind of nice going into Haven. And I mean, are we still hovering over these? Have we locked in? Leviathan's going with double duelists with a Yoru and a Neon. A little bit of a change from what we saw before. If I'm not mistaken, they usually play like the Fnatic, ISO, and Yoru at that point. And I was always intrigued of how that works out versus the Viper wall that NRG comes out with. But this is also another great answer because on that end, you could actually have Sato go with the decoys, the flashes through the defensive side of what NRG could pull through, and also continue to add that same type of aggression on Okeanos, on this Neon, against the lurks that Psalm wants to bring out here with this Viper. So I'm intrigued. This is going to be super fun because Okeanos, this is nothing new for him to switch into a lot of roles and what he brings here into Leviathan for this roster.
Absolutely. And it's got to get loud, I think, for these guys. It's got to get loud. I think the louder it gets for Lev, the better they start doing. We heard Desmo just talking about kind of being timid, got to get the vibes up, get the excitement up, and they were excited last week when they were playing. Let's see if we get that again. Let's see if we can get some more poses out of Sato after these W rounds. It's going to be tough, though. NRG coming back with momentum here and already towards mid. Mata's going to say hello to 3 as they almost take a picture of that one to remember. Mata gets out with a sliver of health.
So did the TP coming out from Sato to push it from the B side for the fight, though.
Mata does find one. Ethan goes down, though, and he's going to have the right side of the site. This is Sato we're watching right now as Sato continues to cut down NRG as they weaken right down to Brock. Tex is going to be able to put the final touches on this round for another LEV pistol.
And you're already hearing it from the background. Sato already yelling as loud as he can.
Yep.
And that was something that was needed here and that we heard a lot when we had the couch stream last week in the small room. We could basically almost hear him from the Howling Abyss going into where we were sitting at, and that was actually quite nice that they're bringing up the energy in the pistol round.
Come on!
There you go.
Boom.
But you saw, at least from what Okeanos is doing, being a pain point into NRG, trying to swing through the smoke. He's making so much noise as this Neon jumping around, baiting the audio cue to allow Sato to pick up all these kills in a pistol. And speaking of pistols, it's NRG with a full classic round.
He said, whoops.
The Congo line rather behind to take control of Garage.
Whoa. Relay bolt behind. Sato's not expecting that. Oh, he turns around. He gets the shot without scoping. And he's going to keep going here. What a detection from that ping. But are they going to be able to clean these up? It is the round for LEV to just come flying through here. Ethan skirts his way out to Garage to see if he can do a little bit of trickery.
And Com's not shooting because they want Sato to get this pick with the Ghost. Continues to go for the backstab, but doesn't want to give a chance here for any trades to happen. So Leviathan, a clean pistol and anti-eco, all off the back of Sato's amazing first 2 rounds.
Holy, he's feeling it now. That spin he had. Yeesh. Crazy stuff. Flies back into the site. Like you said, Calm almost being forced to take that one with the amount of time around to walk that out and the possibility of a kill. Don't let it happen. 6-0. Sato fries in the first 2 rounds, but will it continue for this gun round of 1-4 split to start off here? Well, that's just for the turret. They go right back to A lobby control.
Trying to get orb control at the same time for Leviathan, which is why they're focusing so much, and they were trying to trap play in that area. Lots of util being used. All that's being heard by NRG. So it's a fast pivot to the B side, easy plan. Wow. Responsibility for Tex is only to hold the C side, to not allow NRG to push outside of these areas so they can rotate back.
And Scuba's job, stay alive. Still a molly to be able to thrown forward if they need that last post-plant denial. So yeah, even further back than the rest of the team here. Scuba with a big kill to possibly come in as Sato is taking down the rest of NRG on the other side. Bit of patience. There's a hunt game going on right now for Calm, trying to find Scuba right now, but he dives his way out of there. Half defuse coming through. Calm's able to find that kill, and it's just a scatter of teammates now as they pinch Calm. into attacker spawn.
Probably wants to push here just to try to get the players down, maybe try to get that pick. And the frag onto Sam. Fortunately falls, but that's what was needed from the side of Leviathan. Just so you can have a stronger buy going into their gun round after finishing that bonus. But again, a good answer back from NRG to just fast tempo out off the aggression of Leviathan from the A side choke point control. Now you move into this round. Not, should I say, the ult available for Sato is also carrying a glass cannon going into this round. So already setting up for a TP, the fast TP on the C site, and go for an early peek into B.
Where can they tempt? Just a little bit of chip damage there. Brock will lose armor, and Sam very low on armor. Still enough to get through this round. A big committal towards A. This is the first time NRG's really put themselves all in this spot, and without any sewer control, they have to consider how long they can stay here before they're really found out.
And that's the thing. King actually TP'd across the Viper wall to try to punish the sewer's early push. But he throws his own smoke. Once that dissipates, though, he might be forced to fall back.
They're buying some time here just because of the map control by LEV does not have extremities. This mid control is going to start to give it away, though.
That's the big
they
thing.
start to back over towards A now, and LEV is ready. Is Mata going to be the first one in again? Yep, fast lane there. TP comes as well. They're playing tic-tac-toe on the A site right now, and it's going to be both Neons getting a few frags to start them off. LEV just continuously takes down NRG. Shot after shot from Sato once again, as he is firing hot right now. And Tex, very healthy, needs to find Sam, who is just limping around the site. Tex now on the right side. Ooh, no, you did not. Yeah, team told him. Team said, you saw the gun, man. You saw the gun, man. Sometimes the tunnel vision is real and you need a little bit of teamwork.
Loved a little bit of a tic-tac-toe on that grid, but X's all across the board with all these trades. A little stop and go on the side of NRG, a gamble push into the A site with no sewers control. So they leveraged really the utility that was available for their actual hit. And he gets fully stopped. And Sato, you were just mentioning, no extremity control for the side of Leviathan, but he actually did go down to explore towards that front B side because he still had a gate crash available for his side. And that actually hasn't been spotted yet by NRG, so he'll try it again. This time we're trying to funnel them a little bit more into this middle. This is why you have Okeanos back towards that sewers. Just so they could utilize utility on that end. So you can try to get a pick towards B, if not fast TP towards C to go for the pick on that side. NRG on their end though, easy orb control. We're gonna play the mid round.
Smoke's traded because of that one-way going up on C from Ethan, so they're just kind of waiting for these to come back up before they have both smokes, and Ethan won't be offering any smokes now, just Sam's wall if they want to be able to creep up on it. And B seems to be something that NRG really likes to get into the post-plant form, and Mata's going to start them off with a big kill onto Sato here at B.
Yeah, no second flake coming through there from Sato, and that could have been an important ult for them to fight into the Viper's pit. This is going to be much more difficult to retake here on their side, and Com hopefully gets good value off this drone, and he doesn't.
Wow, now they have shock darts, a dart, mollies to throw in, and there's another one actually. So they're being thrown in by Scuba from all the way back in spawn right now with the lineup, as you see him going off.
Yeah.
So he's got that. That's how he can stay so far away. Wasted Com's time the other instance, so they just continue to keep LEV searching on these rounds that, again, LEV now forced to save here.
Yeah, I mean, Sato definitely overextended his stay. After getting that first pick into Ethan, but then seeing the fast lane come through, he was just counting on his aim to be able to flick into the second player, and then also counting on his gate crash to be able to escape, but the timing was found there by Mata. And again, as I mentioned before, you don't have the ult, the dimensional drift to move into the site, not giving a chance here for the Odin to get any type of spam kills.
Yeah.
And then you have to try to retake with the Nop on top of that you're trying to salvage. I mean, you're going to play smarter on your end to save those weapons on the side of Leviathan. Try to leverage this off once again into the next round. And you already saw it here. Exactly, that's why they're switching it up. He's playing towards the C side instead.
Or B. A lot of conditioning going on here by NRG. Does Sam's adventure into sewers doesn't work, so I think they actually try to take the B. They TP in for the plant here, and that's going to be a bit sketchy to start, but Mata's got some space. Space is taken back by Tex and start to just get this Hunter's Fury online and cause NRG to scatter.
Didn't get a ping onto Scuba though.
Shorty up, and that's going to be into the wall. Mostly Ethan finds his target as Okeanos keeping more members of NRG at bay here. The defuse has to come through. And King, very important kill here on the Scuba. He's able to alert him though, and this is probably going to be it for Brock as he gets jumped down on. Is the Odin enough? No, Calm says I got 1-2, and he'll just get another charge back on the Hunter's Fury as well.
And that's a saving grace. Now the silver lining for Leviathan to save all of those weapons moving into the next round, because they're able to combine lots of information with the Dimensional Drift and the Hunter's Fury for the retake. That said, though, I like how King is currently playing this pressure down towards the sewers, because you see the smokes that he throws. It's not really full covering. It's a small little bubble. It gives him an opportunity to stay down below the smoke, but also to spot heads of players trying to creep across if that Viper Wall isn't coming up. Got the perfect punish there onto Sam. And that finally is a smoke that he's been using a lot, but finally is spotted by NRG. So that'll be the next time that they'll pay attention to that, the next time they want to try to take control here of the A site. But instead, it's a C push up towards the attack side, and it's very quick.
They're rinse and repeat. Whenever the fast lane goes up, it is Ethan and Mata hitting forward with that step and with the slide. And they have the site. Post plant is where they've been pretty strong here, and the Hunter's Fury comes through as Mata sliding around, just getting the laser fingers to go to work here with the overdrive. And it's looked like they're keeping him at bay. They're waiting for that to go down, his ultimate to just fade away before they can hit the site here. And now they're going to attack. Mata, however, answers back here 1-for-1 as they try to get themselves into the site in the 3v2. Scuba hanging on by a thread, but he still finds a kill. Ducks the shots, but King finds the Phantom as well. A lot of these are just coming through smokes right now, and Brock has what it takes, but not the angle. That's the defuse, even on the short timer. King gets a 4K, and Calm gets even closer to another Hunter's Fury.
King starting to look like he's multi-frag King once again. Lots of the value that he had on Lotus last week was on defense. This time finds it here for Leviathan on the previous round for the retake. Instant timeout coming out for NRG on top of that, as they felt like they had full control and grasp of the post-plant scenario. I mean, you talked about the fast lane and how quick they went up here for the side of NRG, and the Hat got so much information, though, for Texas side to allow Leviathan to flood back in and fight back.
They've had an answer here, Leviathan has almost every time, and it seems to be the info, right? Comms had utility at the last moment on these retakes. If he is one of the first ones there, they've backed up, or that dart has time to come back up, and they're holding off the hit towards A since it's used in lobby right away. So really working around being able to simply find where all these NRG members are. And if they're all hitting the site at the same time, you have a pretty good chance to hit that dart if it pings off even once. So really working off this death ball situation by holding their util and just dumping all that initiator right on top of NRG when they can.
Now you're seeing the opposite of the storyline of what happened on Lotus between these two teams. What Wyatt, Mimi, and Athena were talking about was how good NRG were in the very late rounds of the first map in terms of pulse plan of retakes. And this time it's Leviathan finding successes out of defuses and retakes. 3 out of 5 of these pulse plant scenarios has fallen on the side of Leviathan.
Yeah.
And it seems as though here the conversation on Bonkar is how to clean things up a little bit better here against that retake, because Leviathan's quite slow, and they want to play that flood a lot with this double duelist comp.
Take flight.
And the timeout also is to try to punish this sewers lurk on the side of King.
Yeah, they don't like that King's been down there at all, you're right. We actually get a sewers KJ ult. Not going to be tempted here with the Odin on the other side, but fast lane through once again. 3-2 split. Not going to really matter as everybody just piles into the site here for the side of NRG. And now we'll see how LEV can dump back this initiator utility with the blind and find.
That's it. The blind and find is the recon and flashes available if they want to do it here on the side of Leviathan. Com's already on top heaven. Finding that timing.
Paranoia goes through. That means the dart's going to come out as well, as the pings aren't hitting anybody. They hide in the smokes. The shots from NRG. are the ones that are ringing out right now, as Lev can't even find a target. The operator to be saved, as well as Calm getting back with the Odin, as they say, some high priority weapons. But NRG, after that timeout, find a bit of a groove. Sam gets taken out right quick.
And they wanted to try to get the op out of the hands of Leviathan. You're looking at the buy, it's pretty abysmal going to the next round. King is only at 50 credits. Okeanos at 500. Sato can't even buy as well. So they really need to save these two weapons for both King and Calm. It looks like it was an easy take on that side with the lockdown provided by Scuba. You almost saw here that Sato was trying to find that little tucked-in angle at the bottom here of Hell, where he's outside of the radius of the lockdown to try to get the pick with the operator and TPL, but I think he hit some walls on his way back, and the clock was running down. He was already forced to TPL and made the retake even more difficult in the end here for Leviathan on a 5-on-5.
Revealing area.
None of this has been at long see it all. They go back to the short fight. King answers what already with a classic, and this is very sketchy for Scuba. I don't know how he just made it out alive right now. That's a low smoke too, so he didn't have much room to work with. Oh, it just ran out for Okeanos. The timing couldn't have been worse, and Scuba is very happy to see that with Brock over the shoulder to give assistance and move NRG through a lobby.
The silver lining, though, is that the three players have rotated across, and it's three players with weapons to work with here for Leviathan. NRG is about to walk full control of sewers to just try to punish that double swing down from Leviathan. But the more that they walk out, the more they don't realize of this control that Leviathan currently has towards the long A.
Oh, a slow peek. And of course, they give it to Mata, even on low HP. Tries to get the relay bolt out as the first target there and is just taken down. The trades come in swift. And Sato is going to lay Scuba and Ethan down right next to each other.
And takes a backstab now.
30
Just play the
seconds
clock.
left.
Great TP out from Sato. Just play the 2v1.
We're going to get a fake up there for him. He's trying to read it now. Knows the timing was there. Oh, if Tex had followed that strafe, the shot was perfect. But he pulls back for a bit of a sidestep. Nicely done.
It's twice he does that. Very nice just to show the tip of the barrel and just swing across for the flick in the end. Yeah, punishing round there from Leviathan. They didn't have, again, the best of buys, and they were able to convert into that round. Beautiful collat that came towards the end. I was just about to mention, if it wasn't down for that collateral, nobody breaking that dart on the execution from NRG on the A site. Would have been very frustrating for Leviathan's side because nobody took that responsibility to do that, and both players would have fallen down.
It's a come on, bro. It's a come on, bro moment. But they come out safe. Gate crash all the way back. That is going to be quite a bit of distance from the initial attack. So we see Sato now running across. Calm still in a pretty forward position here, waiting for defense. But it's NRG kind of listening to this right now. Oh no, even his hand showed, but oh no, again, everybody thinks they have free space, but nothing is free in Valorant.
Scuba
and now
will have free space.
He might, if he doesn't know it. He could just walk right in here. Just at the gong is going to be King, trying to see if any of those BC or BA angles are being taken. And they're going to slowly work their way towards Garage. One way is preventing a lot here. And this should give Lev quite a bit of time to understand what the move is. King's going to put himself right in a dangerous position, but he gets the insta-spray down, looks for the taps to see if he can pull out another fight, but it is the cause of his death as Brock hits that mark. And it is just a back and forth now. Everybody's trying to get that last inch of space, that last advantage. Numbers up or numbers down. It's costing both teams here, but Brock by himself at this point. 1v3 again.
Two players moving up. Sato, I mean, you've already identified the operator playing towards the A-Link. Trying to fake the presence here with the clone. Ross just focuses on that right side angle.
Yeah. Choose one, try to hit it. Sato is just watching back there as the team was going to go on a search and find. And you see Sato being vocal, being loud, getting the team going.
Okay, and it's just the little things coming out from Leviathan. Two players creeping out towards that front B. As soon as the clone doesn't get shot, Sato gains that space. And once they actually group up, one of them made what could have been an accidental step, but you're just making noise here to bait out the players swinging out, and he meets 3 players and an operator after that sound cue. Nice little trap being done now by Leviathan, throwing it down, and again, being very good on these retakes. 7 rounds on a defense. Operator still available now for Sato, focusing towards the C site where a great read coming out from King so far.
See if he can hit these shots again. Gets the help from Okeanos there as they go for a full charge down. This is good, a little weird. And the relay did not help as much as he wanted it to. Right into the fast lane. It was just giving him up on that left side. But you can see LEV wanting to get active, wanting to push down. It's one of the first really quick C plays that we've seen. And it might be something NRG used to get right back across the map.
Should expect this now, though, with a triple push down towards C that the Cypher should be playing up on the A side. And look at that fast lane. They walk up, try to listen for trips. So no value for Tex here in this position on top heaven. Except for that cam.
I must wait a moment.
Nice push out. Calm is low here. 5 standing, and they can continue to set up a nice defense. We talked about LEV's post plant, though. They're able to get into these sites, dissect the positions, but Hunter's Fury, a lot of, actually that's used right now as he goes to the Legolas style, jumping up to get that delayed fall and hoping they can just whittle down the HP as they start to enter the site. Tex, King don't even care about the pressure being added before the retake here. And Ethan and the rest of the team are now a little stuck, trying to help each other out on angles and create a crossfire that'll be important. And it's not going to be what LEV want, actually. They said, that's enough for us. We want guns for the final rounds here to come in and at least get ourselves a few more on the other end of this.
Yeah, if anything, on the side of NRG, it's great delays from keeping Ethan alive. They just cycle smoke and the Viper's Orb. If you're looking at the position of where that's placed, you don't you allow for them to get behind by the boxes from the spawn, but can't really run back into the site. So as after the Poison Orb, you get the Omen Smoke up, and just Leviathan couldn't get the numbers in to retake that site because they ran out of util towards the end. It looked like a little bit abrasive on the side of Brock to throw out an immediate Hunter's Fury on that side, but the idea was just to try to funnel Leviathan into a hit, to make mistakes, force mistakes to come out.
Forcing their hand. It's always seeing what the result is of it. You're like, oh my, wait, now? And then you see what LEV actually has to deal with, where they position. And finally get to see the true reason for the play. Every side, except for mid, held by the turret right now as Okeanos takes it down. But again, C pressure for Orb, A pressure to make sure there's no push for NRG here.
Early owl drone as well, just to see if Calm needs some help that would allow Sato to TP across. Now the gap comes towards the C site. It's a fake to start, though. Not biting into it.
I'm pissed.
Quick check. Okay. Just right into the garage. Hey, guys, come back if you can.
Yeah, full map control.
But how long can he hold this, right? Like, obviously, they're going to give Mata respect and know that he might have been the only one there. Calm gets himself taken down with the result of a spam from the Odin. And now NRG pretty much has free reign here.
Yeah, just unfortunately got pinged. Tagged at 10 HP left.
Ult for this. Did he run around him and say, oh, wait, the team's here?
Yeah,
so they're actually going for the quick save.
They have to commit into this last round again of the half. He TPs across. He finds the information that the spike is there, but Leviathan's not rotating back towards C.
Oh, my gosh. They're trying so much before the team gets there. I mean, seeing so many over towards that C site, they were still slightly rotating towards A, thinking it was just a red herring. They're giving almost NRG too much credit on these fake rounds, and it's cost LEV numbers. Now 1 from each entry here towards that side of the site. And Ethan on high is going to be able to drop Okeanos real fast. Ethan and Scuba end this one, and a few scattered rounds there from LEV at the end give NRG 2 more to make it a 7-5 first half.
Yeah, I still don't understand what happened there for the information that Sato gathered the whole time.
We'll see what happens. We got a quick break, but when we come back, we will get the final result of Haven. We are back with Leviathan versus NRG, and it looks like Leviathan is also on the road for a comeback here to bring us to a third map, a decider of Icebox. If they can keep this going, keep the pistols in their favor, and start off from their 7-5 first half.
Yeah, if anything, though, it got quiet towards the tail end of that first half as NRG is starting to come back here into those last 2 rounds to convert and keep this a close game. Pistol round could change everything now for NRG to tie things up, or Leviathan to, as you mentioned, force this potentially to a third map. Going into the pistol round, lots of ghosts, not too much utility coming through. As you do have, at least for King and Calm, they could play flash, hit into sight. Sato has 1 flash to work with as well. Oof. But Ishimata on the walk up.
Making an impact always at the beginning of these rounds. We do see Scuba commonly buying that Sheriff there, so expect safe positioning in those last moment angles to try and get that Sheriff to be a return on investment. What a push here from Ethan. Obviously playing safe.
Yeah, Frenzy can't really play long range. So it goes back into smoke. What a good read by Leviathan. It's down to 10 HP.
Flash in, tries to get out just far enough to cut the angle, but King and the rest of the team are able to dive out and find Ethan. No smokes, no Mata here on the Neon. And now Lev tries to find a safe spot to get into these sites.
Should be easy.
Yeah.
You saw Tex throw the camera up, spots 2 players. They know there's a weak site somewhere. They'll read correctly. It's an open one for the C site. After their recon goes towards the back. So great job for Leviathan to punish this overextension from NRG at the beginning of the round.
Keep it consistent with it as well. They stay there just spamming through that smoke at A. Let's see what the fight now at C is. Once we continue this one off here, it's pretty out in the open. Lev has given up a few members to start off here, at least 1. I should say. Tex is low, so yeah, they have to choose their angles and their crossfires pretty carefully here. That's going to be 2 more for NRG, and it's going to be all 3 for NRG as they come away with a pistol round, converting from numbers down.
That's amazing how that happened there for NRG to flood back the way that they did. They ran out, forced the smoke out, ran away from the shock dart that was thrown here on the attack side when you even saw Sato broke that dart in the back of that C platform, allowing King to stay behind the Radiant boxes. They should have been in great positions to hold that pulse plant. But a triple swing outside of the smoke, nobody focusing on the garage side, but yet every single one of them winning their individual duels on that side for the retake. And that's going to hurt definitely for the side of Leviathan. They've always mentioned trying to hype themselves up when moments are down here on their side, but we have yet to hear that when Leviathan are losing these tight rounds.
Right, it can't just be in the good moments. You got to carry it all the way through. You hear a lot of players say it's 0-0, just win the next round, brick by brick. Let's see if they can make it happen on this side of Lev. NRG's ready to run away with a few more. Looks like Lev just went for the no-buy. A bit of util here to make sure situations could go in their favor, but more so just playing to catch somebody off guard. And NRG's happy to let him sit around.
Well, did they even waste the 400 credit on a drone?
Light.
Enemy spots him towards Hell, the smoke towards the top, and maybe they could flood here onto Ethan in the back of the site. Nope.
Fast moves.
Where's the smoke? It's thrown towards spawn instead, and free reign for Brock. There you go. That smoke was a little late.
They're all trying to push through. I love it. It was the first one they could get there with Sato, but the rest of the team was trying to set up a little wall of people in that entry from defensive spawn. NRG was enjoying it. They just kind of dropped everybody as they walked in, ready for the hit since they had control over the rest of the map. Now is when it needs to happen, though. Lev needs to really show strong here since they didn't get pistol round, or I feel like NRG can just run away with it.
Yeah. Just interesting on the timing that Leviathan was choosing there to hit towards that site. When the Allen drone spots the player towards Hell and Calm is committed to swing towards that right side at long, you're exposed to Heaven. I think the first place you should smoke at that point should be Heaven. But I think it's also because Sato TP'd to cross towards that spawn side. Maybe he'll find some sort of surprise. Anyways, potato, potato. Round was won here by NRG. Bonus round on their end. First util coming out is still very slow for Leviathan. Although they haven't really allowed themselves to fully take control of B and Garage because the camera was actually being utilized to insert Okeanos down towards sewers. Calm has to fall back with the rest of the team and try to drone into garage.
Oh, Ethan and Scuba with the high-low. Make it work from B. See the little setups NRG is trying to surprise LEV with. I mean, how much mid-pressure have we seen here in the second half? There hasn't been too many rounds at all. But here with the first guns, it is something that NRG can capitalize on. And Sato's down. He's been having a hot game, so that's a really big one to hit first here, and I think NRG can slow it down a little bit.
Second shock dart would be good here to use towards that front of that B site, and Ivano's just going to work.
In goes Okeanos. You know he needs to make a play. Scuba's one. Is it enough, though? It's a little buy of Guardians. Could make it tough to get this close sight fight in their favor on the side of NRG, but oh, it's going back to range. They give the range right back as they start to work out. Okay, they play it safe. They play it safe.
No util really to work with on the pulse plan for Leviathan. You have to play as a group, and you have no information of any lurks. Meanwhile, NRG still has util to work with to activate Mata. Owl drone to open up the space.
They're crunching this Vans, coming in from both sides. For some reason, NRG can always make this happen, and they are going to make it happen again as they pick apart Leviathan from all different angles in B.
And all that thanks to how Mana has been playing with the Outlaw. He's talked about it in the past before here of being the best duelist that was available in Challengers, and feels like he could repeat the same thing on the VCT stage. And thankfully, you're putting him toe-to-toe against two other Challengers moving up to Tier 1, so it's just another Tuesday for the duelist, and he opens it up on that side. Big kills coming through. Brock has Hunter's Fury to work with.
Look at all of them up there, too. Brock, Mata, Scuba. That's exactly what NRG wants to be seeing from the squad here.
Yeah.
Well, not that Sam and Ethan are at the bottom, but those guys are doing good. So we'll see. They can keep doing it. I mean, obviously, they're being
the support cast
called around from Ethan right now. So it's just Ethan and Sam really making sure these guys have what they want in the plays with the smokes, with the coverage. And they only have to look at that one angle. They get their first frag on. That angle here for Scuba is going to be Garage. Oh, nice delay to start that off, too. A little corner damage as well as denying the entry.
You already see Owl Drone coming out from Brock, seeing nothing towards that long. So now it allows for him to fast pivot. I mean, could be in range for the Hunter Fury to help out towards C.
Big kills already. They're not even able to see where NRG is coming from on this. The wall drops. That's 3 for Sam. The rest of the site cleaned up. NRG smiling through these rounds right now as LEV cannot find an answer. 4 in a row in the second half for NRG.
Brock was booking it with a knife out to try to get into the A link so he could support with that Hunter's Fury, but it wasn't even needed. And that was the question that I was posing. The composition coming out from Leviathan for this map. You definitely could get good value out of Sato with this Yoru to play through those Viper walls. But unfortunately here on that side of the crossfires being set up, I mean, there was a beautiful paranoia in the back of the site. But Saw playing out in the open really cost the damage here for Leviathan's sight hit towards C. Thankfully, though, they have the buy going into this round for the attack side of Leviathan. Going back into the tried and true of early garage control. But once again, look at this position already coming out from Brock.
Yeah, so far in.
There.
He's in the A-Link, he drones towards that front, could support with the Hunter's Fury. They have full map control on the defensive side for information and players. You think here that with this double duelist that you're playing and trying to disrespect here the Viper walls, you need to play this style to slowly creep up, play the inserts, play the flash to swing, double swing through. That's what both duelists are trying to do.
They start backing up. Yeah, gate crash back just to make sure they have the fast rotation over towards A here. Okeana should be able to meet. Shock darts come out. That's a little bit of a stinger there. But they get out safely.
I thought he was going to try to Hunter's Fury from the sewers because they already had 4 control, but they want to leverage that into the pulse plant. Run that clock down. How much can you delay on the attack side now for the rest of Leviathan?
Brock's going to look to disrupt the site. Hunter's Fury up the gut as the rest of the team enters. Calm answers from the other side with the dueling Hunter's Furies as Sato starts off the kills. NRG not looking too worse for the wear just yet, but King tries to get the crown inside the site. And now it's just left up to the 2v2. Both NRG members stand tall on the top of the site. Is that going to be the dodge for Okeanos? We see the Neon play come to light now for him, and he is able to get a huge clutch for the squad. That hemorrhaging of rounds needed to stop, and it starts with him.
2 hero plays coming out of both King and Okeanos. The veteran and a newcomer for sure on the side of Leviathan. The amount of times that I've seen King so far this map going for quick flicks and spray control for 2Ks, it's impressive. As Okeanos did a great job isolating individual fights towards the end on that 1v2. And it almost looked like it was really dire on the side of Leviathan, committing into that spike plant right away when both duelists were still all the way left out on an island on the other end. That said, though, we'll hold that thought. An aggressive push from NRG to take full control of the choke point, funneling now the players into a seaside hit.
Seems like speed is becoming the thing, the name of the game right now as Okeanos starts off just through the wall. He sees Mata, I think, just that weapon on the other side for a split second and is able to find the kill. They drop it to Calm. They're going to try to get him more alt points towards the Hunter's Fury as always. And yeah, speed, the name of the game, really playing in favor of Leviathan here into this round.
Yeah, it seemed like a good idea for how NRG played that round. You pit down towards the choke point. You're focusing a lot of your players to try to set up some sort of crossfire here onto your B side hold. Play a weak C side. You can play the lockdown potentially on that retake if you had it. But it seems as though Okeanos' speed, this time with the overdrive, really didn't give a chance now for NRG to really get into good positions.
They're pretty wealthy, though. They can go for a buy here. It won't be too bad.
That's true.
So it will be NRG coming back with weapons. How they decide to sort it out. Scuba's going to have an ultimate. Mata has an overdrive. So a lot of things to just take this back and not just be a reset round, because it's not. They have the money.
Yeah, that's definitely the positive outcome out of that loss here for NRG's side. The converted bonus even going into the anti-eco right after. So yeah, it was actually quite nice for NRG to build up that econ. And also that they only had to cycle one of these ults that were available. So now you still have the lockdown and overdrive in play for the defensive side in round number 19. That said, though, Leviathan are looking to potentially even speed it once again, both with Dimensional Drift and the Okeanos' speed.
Go, go, go!
Towards A. Oh, they TP out quick to insert for a bit of space.
Yeah, a little bit of conditioning. You're doing the credit card strat, as I like to call, making a lot of noise, running it down, put the camera through, TP across here into the cubby, and look at how he keeps everybody anchored towards this A site. Now you could double take the split from the speed of both duelists to split towards that C site.
Gotta go.
But the game plan's still there for NRG. Soft side C, hold out. Make sure you cut out the rotates on this B side, which is why you're currently seeing here the KJ just holding out in the front of that B site, making sure nobody's lurking around and you can play the lockdown on a retake.
Okay, somebody's got to go garage here, but I wonder, does this op just go long? They try to get it online? Or is it actually all going to go through garage here? Oh my god, they're going to squeak through. If three's a crowd, this is going to be everybody here trying to get in. Mata's going to put the op away and bring out the overdrive to keep it going. Looking for the next shot. It's going to be a little bit more long range, and he gets on Okeanos before the wall fully goes up. Absolutely incredible stuff right now coming in from Mata to open up the site. Different weapons, different ways. And the rest of NRG is going to find a bit of space here to move in on the last two members. Calm doesn't yet have that ultimate back up, so they got to put their bodies out in the open. It's going to be a defuse under the smoke, and that's going to be the defuse coming through. Even 4 kills for Sato, but NRG slips under the radar.
That was insane. Sato pushing out towards the spawn, has no TP to escape, breaks the lockdown. And what you're trying to do for the delay, Calm was trying to go for those bounce shock darts. I think it missed. He landed out towards that platform and not really going towards that main spot where it was planted at default. And even then, the smoke was already covering that spot. Both shock darts wouldn't have killed them. And NRG just diffuses under their nose.
Isolate them and kill them.
Now they take the lead in this series as well. Remember, 13-7 on the first map of Lotus. Leviathan still looks like they don't want to let NRG take full control yet. It almost looked like they wanted to go quickly into the garage control. Okeanos already jumping up. But they lack information. And Mata once again has prime position with the op to fully block down a lane.
What is it? Just a few rounds into this half, they were able to capitalize off a kill of a high-low there, but with the op, it just needs to be him. So why not take that line again, see what the rotation and how LEV find the map works. as they go towards A. This looks like a full committal here. They already have a push up on C, so NRG can be making this call.
Exactly. You talk about rotates. A turret sees garage at front C site. Alarm bot towards B, so they know now it's a late hit. Mata can rotate across and get a beautiful pick there.
Oh my gosh. You didn't know who it was going to come from, but Okeanos wins that draw at high noon between him and Mata. It's going to be a bit of a scatter now, and now the rotation from Sam comes in from long C. I think it's a little bit loud, and that was heard from King, easily taken down on the flank. And after this look, they can start to look forward, knowing the timing of the retake.
Way too much noise being done for sure on that rotate. Flash to swing out. Okeanos couldn't see, but Scuba snuck through.
He's just trying to drop with the team. Be another body into the smoke. It's going to work. The shorty kills come through. This is going to be an impossible angle of 3. But Okeanos, still alive around default, is able to sort it out for the team. King there as well. And they come through with another round to keep it tied at 10-10.
And that's the pain point of playing against this double duelist on that side. Sam, as you've mentioned, had that position inside that C cubby. But when you're going for the fast exit on TPs from the Yoru, fast lanes coming out now for Okeanos, you're thinking you're so far behind to help out your team on the rotate.
Yeah.
So you have knife out, you have to rotate across, and King gets a free kill. And even on top of that, King was able to help out into the crossfire setup to save that round there for Leviathan. Maybe a different storyline if Sam was able to win that one, because the retake was starting to look pretty good for NRG with that drop down from Brock with that shorty.
What is this? 1 for NRG. They get 2,400 next time if they lose this round. So a few of them will have money, but considering that 4K Sato got on the lost round at C, that economy is gonna, it comes through here. It hurts. The NRG had to rebuy there, so this could be something big that they're able to fold over if they can get out of this with a big one. Misato said in his interview, and it was saying that, you know, he really wanted to play against Aspa, so they take down MIVR, and he says, I just want to play against everybody, really. So it's got to be great that he has that under his belt, but can just kind of focus on improving himself and keep going, because he knows he's good. You can see it in his play.
Yeah, definitely nice that he was able to play against Aspas quite earlier on in that stage to get that confidence with that win. And now looking at how it's going to go against Mata, still going toe-to-toe. Although he got punished a few times with this early long-range battle he was trying to do against Mata's outlaw operator. But Leviathan still don't want to go for an attack side op. They still want to leverage here the fast tempo and the noise that they could make here with this composition that they're coming out with. Still stays with that same type of deal at the beginning of the round. King inserted into the cubby of the A side. Shock Dart actually didn't break the alarm bot, so NRG could still play the same game.
Mata over here. And obviously, LEV don't know that's the only thing that stands in front of them in A, but really interesting that they were kind of leaving such a deep insert that was still fighting for that angle. As LEV start to move up, we're going to go down to 40 seconds here on just a look at the site, so expect them to maybe run across and get something else that's a little more free once you get a movement here from Okeanos.
Yeah. Double info from the pings from Tex. Weak side on B and C, so to walk in first from Oki. Hit by the paranoia, and Scuba's walking forward. Free kill.
They just get that drone, or clone rather, walking towards garage. It's not going to draw any attention, and this is Sight. Ethan in a very tough spot on platform, and Scuba can't help. Yes, he can. Helps with 3 so far. The hat trick for him as he looks for more, but the angle may not be here for the next turn. Oh my God, Tex gets the swing as well on the, just a quick audio of Brock. And that's going to be an easy, look at that smile, what a sly one. LEV gets the round.
Dude, Tex and King in these fast, cranking 9 shots.
Yeah, Okeanos, Outlaw, or Marshall in the beginning too. Man.
It's a nice,
sorry, Sato.
Nice play coming out from Scuba, dude. That was so clean.
Boom. Yeah, they're getting a little loud now.
And that's the thing, though. It's really happening once they're taking a lead, but the idea that you want to try to do, especially for Leviathan's camp, is to keep that energy up, win or lose. Well, you see that when they're winning and they're loud, the results are definitely showing. A lower buy that you have for NRG, early punish onto Brock, will carry the Hunter's Fury into round number 23.
Take flight.
Outlaw gaming over here for Sato. Still has the dimensional drift. If anything in this round goes awry, he gets another one though. As he teleports back. Ethan again trying to stay in the site and just be more of an anchor here so everybody has time to get in with his delay. And they're going to be able to disperse for the rest of the map. And LEV get away with 2 this time. I don't think this is going to be one of the rounds. NRG converts from down in members though.
So much respect given though. Look at them staying back towards that spawn despite having player advantage, weapon advantage. Texas staying in his camera, going back and forth, finally gets spotted, and that was Mata pushing down. So they know that the C side is slightly weaker. It looks like Ethan calls for the gamble for the full rotate towards the A side, and we talk about that respect. Sato now comes out with dimensional drift, so Leviathan will have free positioning for the plant.
Oh, they give him a smoke right there to get out of. Beautifully done. He can work off his flash if he wanted to, but really just plays the pressure of the smoke being in sight, giving him extra cover. And yeah, they're splitting a 2-1 into garage here. It's going to be big for Mata, but Sam and Ethan need to make something happen from the top side. Do they choose to go together? Looks like they will send a bit more power through that garage lane. Time on the spike. Ethan ready with the paranoia. They call for the go. Oh my god, Mata with the block. He comes flying through, insta pick up on the Vandal. Sato looking for the ace, if he can get it on this round. Sam, the last one alive. Gonna start tempting the defuse. Calm is still there as well towards that Cubby. Looking for half, that's a shot through the wall. And that's the late dart that Calm's always holding towards the back, towards the safety point. So LEV can come through with the round. Game point now, Leviathan.
Ends up being a pretty decent round for NRG, only keeping Calm alive after that one. And at the end of the day, though, it looks like the money is still quite healthy on the side of Leviathan. They'll have a pretty good buy into potentially here in the last round if needed of regulation. That said, I love the util that you're using for the retake for NRG. Lots of these Omen players are now placing this smoke on the top here of Radio Knight just to create like a little bit of a one-way, not allowing players playing front C to really take control and help out on the flood hold. Another round where Mata extends his way up.
Oh my gosh. He's been trying to do this all game, and he finally gets that lineup. King even got the push forward to Sewers, but Mata did not care. That's why he's sitting on the line alone, because he can make that happen. And Scuba even answers across the map here to keep NRG very much in this game.
As I mentioned before, they still have money to work with. There's only King that's kind of broke, so they still want to go for some sort of a play on their side. Although you had good protocols for the buddy system to swing out. Mata, pristine, clean on that 2K.
Yeah.
Plant is good as well for Okeanos if he could get it. One orb away from the overdrive in the next round. That could allow for them to cycle this weapon from King across and what Okeanos could bring. Buy for his teammate so that he can play the overdrive.
So many angles, so many things to look at. You can see them all turning around. You just don't have enough to cover it and just wait for the waterfall here for NRG. A nice job by NRG here to, again, slow things down on their side, knowing they had those first 2 kills. It took a little bit of star power from Mata there to be able to clean up a few on that quick swing. But yeah, being able to play that after and not getting hungry for every angle in the map is important too, and NRG did a good job of kind of just setting back, working on that 3v5.
Leviathan actually leveraging their first timeout for this map for that round 24. And you want to try to focus to see if there's going to be some sort of more aggressive plays. Mata's been doing a great job on the defensive side.
Yep.
And actually, so that's something that NRG's been doing quite often with different members. If it's not for Ethan down going towards the sewers, Mata just pushed up on that previous round. Remember, they tried to do that with Som, pulling up that pit. So we'll have to see now if Leviathan wants to answer back into that one. They could definitely get like the overdrive to just create that ruckus and kind of use that as a out in the open dimensional drift so that Calm could try to fight back with that Hunter's Fury. A lot of possibilities that Leviathan could cook up with to try to close out the second map and try to force this onto Icebox.
Probably realizing it's not going to be an op on the other side with the way the econ's been going. so many things that they've seen from NRG. What does LEV pick first? It looks like it will just set up that default. Trips on the left. Make sure there's no long push. But again, this A push from NRG is going to get a little bit more help. You'll have Brock now just behind Mata to make sure this is a cleaner play even than that 2K. Could be more.
And Som, I think he's just looking at drone up here from the spawn instead of going for a dart, just to try to get that early info and punish. There's that drone coming up, but he slides across for the kill.
Ooh, insta-traded. Back and forth, fast lane. Team's not really ready here, so this is going to be a ruse. Okeano's trying to sell this right now to NRG to say you need to commit more. Brock does just for the drone, and that's going to allow the team to actually take a breather on this and have no rotation necessary.
I was going to say Leviathan might have to play the long game. TP across to find info from both ends.
Okay.
And what's important here is to pay attention to Calm's Hunter's Fury and also into Scuba's lockdown. But with this push, this lurk up from Okeanos, open sight for them to take.
Here.
I would have loved to see Tex plant that because they could get the hat and get information right away of where the pulse plant could be coming from or the retake would be coming from.
They're letting Calm know it's being planted just a little bit off of that as well. So he's got to adjust for it. Remember, there's no pings anymore. So he has to hit that elevation change. Lockdown set it and ready. Scuba throws it down. And it's instantly to take down the Killjoy lockdown. Okeanos hits one, but Sam and Ether are going to take that time of distraction to start the retake.
Pit.
It's going to be time for it to come up. Yes, they have the darts to go inside. NRG looking to get the defuse. Another one comes through under the guise of smoke for NRG, and they tie it up for overtime.
The second time that they defuse, at least this time through their own pit for the retake. But the util utilized by Som was amazing. They still had a sight orb. He snake bites into the sewers, and they knew they had the fast tempo as soon as they heard the Hunter's Fury come out from Calm, because he cannot support the rest of the team. And Som comes in with the pit, gets the defuse, and now we are going into extra innings.
Yeah. Beautiful Red Bull clutch to bring us to a little more action, and maybe even quite a bit more here.
And you saw Tex get that pick, goes for the hat, and it's just a little bit too late for that kill. Remember, that's what I would have wondered. If Tex was able to get that spike plant down, that would have been a different story. But again, another one of those scenarios of what ifs. Going into the overtime, NRG, fast lane, quick hit towards that C site.
Teleported in already. Whoa, whoa! Okeanos goes right in again, but yes, the team was there. Just not able to enter like the Neon is, and the angles became all NRGs if you consider how open the site is there from the way they were taking. And now it's time to play behind the smokes. NRG gets the plant down with 2 down on the side of Leviathan here.
And Som get a kill, an orb, and now a plant here for this pit.
So, Sato takes down Ethan. They gotta find out where the Pit King is. Just hiding in the back. Sam's not trying to give himself up right now, staying mobile. Sato gets 3. Another multi-kill round for this guy coming through. Trying to keep Lev right where they need to be in these rounds. Calm might have just seen a gun there. It's going to be enough to take down Scuba as he tries to enter back into the pit. But it's only getting more hairy for the side of Lev. They still find the kills. The defuse is going to be there. Calm's going to stick on it. The Hunter's Fury builds up once again for the side of Lev. Jeez, almost gets it on that round. There's so many kills coming through. And now we switch sides again to see if Lev can carry it through and find another one.
I was gonna say, it's interesting that how Leviathan played that, or sorry, NRG played that post plant. They planted safe. 2 players are still playing outside of the C site, yet they pit in an area where you give some space here for Leviathan to start to retake. There was only Ethan playing towards that back of the site with no support on that end.
Track them down.
I think that's a misplay on that side. Miscomms on how they want to play that post plant and just leverage the confidence of, hey, I have an ult, let's use it. That said, though, Leviathan looking to close it. Pressure once again into the A choke point. Alarm bot for late information on the top of sewers. But we are definitely playing the slow game now.
Already a push coming in from Mata. They're trying to act fast. He has an operator coming from all the way across the map. And they might have two trying to flank. Everybody in sight now going for Lev. What a dash. Brock hits the shot, though, as it slides across his screen. Keeping that aim true. Ethan in a tricky spot, still has his smoke to work off of as he's calling the team to come in. They're trying to create a little bit more pressure on the site, but man, this is gonna be a family photo as soon as this smoke drops. How many shots can Ethan get? It's refreshed for just a moment. Spamming at the tracers, it finally goes down. All on a knife's edge here for the site. Just one more. Scuba's the last one alive. They're gonna be tagged for a moment, but now getting their health back. 3 shots for Scuba to make this work. And that's not gonna be it. Another 4K for Sato. What can't he do currently for Lev? They're gonna bring us all the way to Icebox.
Sato finding a groove here towards the end of the map. 2 big rounds in the overtime.